There was a riveting testimony today as the chief prosecution witness, Lamar Chow, otherwise called We or Pop, took the stand on day 5 of the Vybz Kartel murder trial.
Kartel and 4 others are charged with the August 2011 murder of Clive and Lizard Williams. Mr. Chow has so far testified that Mr. Williams was begging Kartel for his life.
He told the court how they went to Kartel's Swallowfield Avenue location where Williams was killed and he made an escape. Dara Smith picks up this tale.
Day 5 of the Vybz Kartel murder trial, and today a key prosecution witness delivered what some would consider a damaging blow to the defense. Lamar Chow, otherwise known as We or Pops, seemed nervous on the witness stand, but that did not stop him from recalling the events leading up to August 16, 2011. Lamar Chow said he's a close friend of Clive Lizard Williams. On the witness stand, he revealed that he knew most of Mr. Williams' family members and he was always at the house of Mr. Williams' sister who lives in Waterford, Portmore, St. Catherine. He also testified that he knows Vybz Kartel and the 4 other accused. At times, Mr. Chow's voice would crack. He was visibly shaking and breathing heavily as he attempted to answer the questions being put forward by the prosecution. Of notice was that during his testimony, he did not look at the 5 accused, but instead positioned his body in the direction of the judge. He testified that 2 guns were missing and he and Clive Williams were being held responsible. The witness continued that on Sunday, August 14, Mr. Williams was on his cellular phone speaking to accused Kahira Jones, pleading with Jones to beg for him. The prosecution asked him if he knew who Mr. Williams wanted Mr. Jones to beg, to which the witness responded, Kartel. He testified that 2 days later, on August 16, 2011, Sean Campbell, otherwise known as Sean Storm, took him and Mr. Williams via taxi, which they would always use as a means of transportation, to Kartel's Swallowfield Avenue location. He said he did not want to go because he knew what would happen, but he said Sean Storm assured him everything was okay. He said when he went to the Swallowfield Avenue location, he begged the taxi driver known as Needful not to leave, still fearful of what would happen. The witness continued that inside the Swallowfield Avenue premises, they were met by Kartel, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John, who he identified as Matsus. He testified that Kartel invited them inside the house, inside the living room to be exact, where he asked them to tell him what happened in relation to the missing guns. He said he tried to explain what happened, with Mr. Williams promising to buy them back, but he said he saw Kahira Jones hold Mr. Williams from behind. He testified that that's when he ran into a room and tried to lock himself in, but he was chased by Kartel and Sean Storm, who managed to open the door and took him out. The witness continued that after that, Kartel placed his hand around his neck, assured him that everything was all right, and took him back into the living room where he saw Mr. Williams lying on his back, lifeless. He testified that he saw Kahira Jones bent over Mr. Williams and Matt Sus or Andre St. John standing beside him with a building block in his hand. At this stage, his voice started to crack, and it seemed he was about to break down in tears. He said he saw at least 2 other men inside the house hiding in a room who he could not identify, and that's when he knew he was next and made a mad escape. According to him, flying over the gate, which was about 8 or 9 feet high. He said he made a dash up the road, and when he looked behind, he saw Kartel chasing him, but Kartel was hopping. The witness said Kartel again tried to reassure him that everything was okay, and then explained that he was bitten by his dog and he wanted to go to the hospital. Mr. Chow said he stopped a taxi and accompanied Kartel to the St. Andrew Hospital, where Kartel's injuries were dressed. He recalled thereafter that they went in a taxi which Kartel paid for, which took Kartel to a guest house in the corporate area and him back to Waterford in St. Catherine. There he said he saw Sean Storm at his gate. The witness said he then made inquiries about Mr. Williams and was told by Sean Storm that if anybody asked him, he should say Mr. Williams did not come back in the vehicle. For most of the witness testimony, Vybz Kartel stared right at him, his face void of expression. At other time, his face void of expression. At other time, his face void of expression. At other time, his face void of expression.
And we apologize for that little confusion there. A top story today, riveting testimony at Vybz Kartel trial. Witness testifies seeing a man murdered. The news continues after the break.
Real big up by DJ SK. DJ SK. Bang, bang, we go by DJ SK. Bang, 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 we go by DJ SK. DJ SK. DJ SK.